This is a great blade, and as you can tell when the camera focuses, this is the Spyderco Delica 4 FFG, and the Delica 4 in general is just an awesome knife. You know, there's a lot of reviews out on it already, and a lot of great reviews. I'm just gonna, make my own, put in my own two cents, and give you my opinion for whatever it's worth. And this knife's probably going to be an EDC knife. I don't really see it being used in any other role other than that. Just an everyday carry knife, something you carry for your everyday tasks, opening packages, whatever else. And it could also be an outdoors knife. You can use it for food prep, hike with it, whatever else like that. It'd be very well suited to that type of thing, just because it's so lightweight. So very nice. The blade on here is just that standard leaf shape style blade that Spyderco's famous for. I love it. Great blade shape, especially for everyday carry. Adequate belly in there. A good strong tip. Well, I'll get to that later. It's VG10 steel. Love the VG10 steel. One of my favorite all-around steels for a good folding knife. Produced in Seki City, Japan. It's not U.S. made. Part of that's because there's trade restrictions on VG10 steel. It can only be produced in Japan with VG10 steel, and I love it. It doesn't matter to me at all that it's not made in the U.S. It's great, tops quality, and I love it. Now the blade on here is 2.5 millimeters thick. To me, that's kind of a thin blade, and I don't know why, but that it just feels a little bit thinner even on this design. There's some other blades that are somewhat thin as well that don't feel quite as flimsy to me. This is the Rat 1 by Ontario. This one's not really that much thicker, but this one feels to me just a lot beefier. And I think the reasoning behind that is that this one and others maintain their thickness down the blade a lot farther. This one pretty much loses it right away. It tapers down pretty rapidly, which allows it to come to a very thin edge, a very razor sharp edge. However, you're going to have a delicate tip there, and you're not going to have a ton of strength. If you were to pierce into something very hard, it'd definitely be possible to snap that tip off. So just be something something to be aware of. It's one reason that I don't carry this knife a ton anymore. I carried it a lot for testing, and it's just a little too thin to give me peace of mind. I don't know. That's just kind of personal preference. If I had it to do over again, I'd probably buy the saber ground version of it. I love the brown handle. I love the different colorations, but I'm probably willing to go to a black handle to get the stronger blade. Similar to what you see in the Benchmade Mini Griptilian. You get some more strength up in there. And I don't know, that's just what I prefer. I'd be willing to give up a little strength for some extra, or I'd be willing to give up, cutting performance for a little extra strength. But, a lot of people are just the opposite. They like this version a lot better. And for me, I love the Endura full flat ground. This is so much better than the saber ground version. Just doesn't carry over to the Delica for me. But great blade, very razor sharp too. And the handle on here is that FRN, that bidirectional texturing, and this is the best texturing I have seen on FRN. And for FRN to get a good grip on FRN, by the way, I love FRN handles because they're so lightweight and affordable. But to get a grip on them, you really kind of have to do something like this, where you really get kind of a crazy texturing on there and everything else. And this is very effective to me. And I'm very excited to see this type of thing coming out on the second generation of like the Bird Cara, whatever you want to call it, and like the Finch knives and those, because it's just a great texturing, very effective, really locks you in well. And it's a backlock. You know, before Spyderco's, I wasn't that big of a fan of backlocks, but they do a very good job, and they kind of won me over. I still love liner locks, but I can handle and tolerate backlocks now. Good solid lock. Mini Torx bit construction. Obviously, you can take this all apart. You can adjust your pivot point. Comes very smooth, rock solid lock up. No issues there at all. I like it a lot. The clip, this is not the standard clip. The standard clip that comes on, it looks like this, where you can see your lanyard hole through there. It's blackened. I just didn't think that the blackened clip really fit the knife at all, because there's nothing else black on here. It's all silver and brown. So this is actually the clip off of my Spyderco Manix 2. This knife, I just traded clips and stripped the paint off of this one because I thought this fit this knife better. So that's what I did. You know, it's fine either way. I think a lot of people like the black, and that's good. That's great. I don't think Spyderco should really change that, because I think they'd make a lot of people mad if they went to this. But I think it fits the knife better. So oh, and here's another thing that really shows the thoughtfulness of Spyderco. They put their logo right here, and that means that their clip rides on that logo, which means when you put this in your pocket, you're not putting a bunch of pressure on that clip down on this texturing, this really great rough texturing, so you're not shredding your pockets because they put that logo there. And you can put your clip on any 4 points of the knife, so right, left-handed, or tip up, tip down, you're going to like it. It's going to work for you, and your clip's going to ride on that logo anywhere you put it. The clip itself is great, Spyderco clip, standard, hourglass clip, very strong, very durable, reliable, just great. And if your clip doesn't have enough retention, which I don't really know why it wouldn't, but if you're a nut like me and you just want really super tight clips, you can actually pull that off with your mini Torx bit and just bend the clip a little more, so that it provides a little more spring tension. And that's actually what I did on my Endura, because I just want that clip to just be really strong, and it is. I'm having trouble lifting it up right now. There, I got it. I just like super strong clips, because I like, if I clip it on any thin material or anything like that, I don't want to worry about it coming off. I don't want to lose my knife. But standing out of the box, it's great. I'll show you it on pants. There you go. So it rides, deep enough and still sticks out a little to grab onto. Generally, I like it to bury completely flush, and I'd take that on this design if I could get it, but this is no problem at all. Like it a lot. Let's see. So yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, if you didn't know, on backlocks, this is called the ricasso, this unsharpened part. That's meant so that you can, depress the backlock, flick it forward, and you're not going to cut yourself because the ricasso hits right there. Just a cool little tidbit that I learned. Actually learned that from Jump the Map. Quick shout out to him. He has a nice channel, reviews backpacks and other cool things. I'll annotate his channel over there. Great guy. So, cool little knife. I like it a lot. Thin blade, but if you can live with that, it will slice very nicely for you. It is skeletonized, it's steel lined and skeletonized, perfectly executed on there by Spyderco, and that makes this knife very lightweight. And I'll weigh it for you here. No, I don't weigh these because I don't trust the manufacturers. It's just, I'm curious. And remember, that's with that different clip, which shouldn't really make that big of a difference. 2.27 ounces. For my European viewers, that is 64.6 grams. So very lightweight, very easy, very carryable, and you'll forget you have it on your person. Okay, it also comes in several different colorations. It comes in this brown. It comes in this blue coloration that the Enduro is in. And actually, guys, just so you know, the cameras don't really pick up this blue quite right. It's kind of a funky color for cameras. I don't know why, but it's actually more of a kind of along the lines of an aquamarine color. Kind of compare it to like the color of the Miami Dolphins, that kind of blue. Just an FYI. It's a little different than I thought it was when I ordered it. Comes in a purple, a light green, and a gray. So 5 colors, I think. And that's really nice. Before with the saber ground, by saber grind I mean just flat ground from the mid portion. On those versions it only came in black. So nice that you can get it in different colors. And the price on these Delicas are just really awesome. For the VG10 steel and the lightweight quality that you get with these, I love them, and they're some of my favorite everyday carry knives. The price comes in right around $50, right around there. So very good value, and it's kind of a step up from kind of the $30 to $40 price range of like the Spyderco Tenacious, Spyderco Persistence. A little bit nicer, but yet you're not into like the super high-end stuff like the Spyderco Polywog and some of the funkier designs. The Persian, some of the really high-end stuff. I'd say maybe the next step up in quality and performance from these ones would maybe be like the Manix 2. You get G10 and everything else, but heavier knife here. So I love these knives for everyday carry, because they're high enough quality that you feel like you have a valuable quality knife with you, but they're not so expensive that you're afraid to use them. There it is, guys. Great knives. Maybe some competition for them would maybe be like the new Cold Steel Voyagers. Those look like very nice knives. It looks like they made some pretty considerable or pretty good improvements to them. So they look like very nice knives. Maybe if you're wanting to spend a little less money, obviously the Persistence, the Tenacious, the Bird line, those are all very high value. There's the I forget which bird knife is like the cheapened version of this one, the China version. I think it's maybe the Finch or Meadowlark, or I'll annotate it. I think it's slightly smaller, but it's it's a very FRN, very affordable, very similar, kind of a takeoff of this design. I know the Cara 2nd generation is a takeoff of this one, the Endura, and that looks like a really nice knife as well. So there's some competition out there, but to me, in my everyday carry systems, the Endura and the Delica are staples. So there it is, guys, and hope that was helpful, and have a great day.